heat.
Here I'm attacking with Lucian. We're bluffing a buff so that he doesn't block with Lissandra.
Look out for reavers.
Shatter.
Hi there, Telebait here with another Legends of Runeterra deck guide. This time, we're taking a look at my favourite champion from League of Legends, which is Azir, and I'm really excited to bring you this deck because it's such a fun deck, and anyone who likes a very aggressive playstyle will absolutely love this deck. Basically, the way this deck works around is you use Emperor's Dice and Azir to summon Sand Soldiers when you attack in, and you combine this with Scout effects, which means you can trigger them twice a turn. And then if you have Lucian on the board, and you do this in one turn, Lucian levels up instantly, and if any of your units die that turn, you rally, and you can do it again. You can almost one turn kill people with this deck if you get the right draws for it. But even when you don't draw that well, this deck has great ability to close out games because we use cards like Inspiring Marshal, which gives all your Sand Soldiers +2. And not only that, it gives you any units you summon. So when you summon Valor from Blinding Assault, that becomes a 4/1. And then we've also got Cyphria the Bold, which gives them all Fearsome. And also it gives them all +1/+1, giving them 2 health, which is crucial for putting them out of the range of certain cards like Wither and Whale. And as always, I'll go through the Mulligan. Mulligan with this deck, you're really looking for your own early units. So you're looking for Dunekeeper, Ancient Preparations. You're also looking for Aspiring Chronomancer, Emperor's Dice, Lucian, and Azir. And if you've already got a good hand, you can keep some other cards like Blinding Assault, Bright Steel Protector, Grizzled Ranger, Relentless Pursuit. There's a lot of cards you keep in different matchups. Valor is definitely a card you keep into matchups where you really need to remove a key target. So that's about it for the Mulligan, so I hope you enjoy the games. Okay, first game we're up against Kindred Elise. This is the Ledros one-turn kill using current timelines. It's a bit of a crazy mechanic. Our hand here is pretty bad, to be honest. Like, even Lucian's not that great here, just because he dies to Mystic Shot and Thermo Beam. We really need ways to protect him, and we're looking for Azir and the Emperor's Dice. We'll keep Lucian though. It's a hard one whether we keep Lucian here. Shapestone, that's great. Use current timelines, turn 1. This is usually a mistake. Usually you're better off waiting just before you play Ledros for it. Just because it's too RNG heavy and you can lose just from bad drops.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Gonna get Dunekeeper here. That's the best play on next turn. Just because we're gonna Lucian Dunekeeper next turn. We're gonna Shapestone here to kill the Elise. No one ever plays around this card. I don't know why. Like, it actually makes it harder using the card because usually people will play around it, but no one ever respects it. Okay, I'm gonna play Dunekeeper first, just because he might play something, and that gives me Lucian, whereas he could have Thermo Beam or Mystic Shot to kill him. Doesn't play anything. I'm still going to go with the Lucian here. At worst, it's an even mana trade. Yep, so that's a +1 mana trade, so even though I lose a champ, that's still a good trade. And I'm not going to attack with the Dunekeeper just because that's a bad trade into the Spider. And we were in a rough position. That Azir top deck, exactly what we needed. What is he thinking about? 4 drops. Could he be thinking about using Static Shock, maybe? Yeah, he could be thinking about Static Shock. Oh no, he's using this. Turned into 3/3 with Challenger. I'm still going to play my Azir here.
Shurima, your
He might hook it.
emperor has
It's not a great trade.
Suffer! You are my prey!
Now he could have Kindred here, which is a big worry, because if we play Inspiring Marshal and he plays Kindred, then Azir will die when we attack in. Because of that, I'm just going to attack in now. Even though it's less damage, the threat of Kindred's just too much.
Power!
In Shurima's name.
There's nothing.
Okay, no Kindred, that's great to see.
To the streets! Show them the might of our army!
Shows of power excite the people and quell our enemies.
The big plan is whether, do we play Cyphria next turn or not? It's very difficult to play Cyphria because Azir will die to this dude. Darkwater Scourge is actually really bad. Yeah, I'm gonna play Bright Steel here, and this just like he's gonna kill the Bright Steel, but I'd rather he kills the Bright Steel than anything else. And if he doesn't hook Azir, we can block this as attack with Azir, and it means he gets no healing as well. What I really need here is a rally. Inspiring Chronomancer into Relentless Pursuit would be great.
A true leader does not hesitate.
Yes, Azir, you tell him.
Hush now.
You and what army?
Blocking here does lose the Vile Feast. It's whether we care about the 5 extra health. I'd rather play around the Vile Feast, honestly.
You
Block
dare.
here.
Your emperor.
You dare!
Okay, rally, rally. Come on. There's a few good options here, actually. I think we'll go with Emperor's Dice.
Whatever woke you up.
Lucian's tempting, but he's only good while Azir's on the board. And we've got this, which requires Azir. We've already got Azir, though, so that's why I prefer to go with the Emperor's Dice. And here, he's threatening Ruination, so I'm going to go for an open attack.
The order is give Shurima is sand and sky, past and present.
We could potentially kill with Cyphria the Bold, but I will have another chance to kill him before the Ledros turn. So I'm not too afraid. And he doesn't have things like Kindred, so I'm kind of happy. Whale, I'm completely happy with.
Stand down.
This is why Rally would have been the ideal card, because then we can play Cyphria Rally and we instantly win. But
My name
it is
echoes
weird.
through every rock, every canyon.
Question is, does he pass here? No, rekindle into... You're only gonna get an Liss from it.
Soldier.
Play the Cyphria down.
Fall by my sword.
Lost in here. Kill Cyphria with Vile Feast, but I killed him. And this should be game here. So we need to attack before the Ledros comes down. We hook this, because he's always going to block there anyway. Everything else is fearsome. Withering Whale can't kill them. He's already used one. He would need like double Withering Whale to survive this. $13 damage of overkill. I mean, it's not impossible he has a way to live. Just to kill these two and another one. Yes! Whew, I was worried there for a second.
Look upon our work.
Oh, TF Fizz. Try hard climber here. New patch drops and he's playing TF Fizz. Oh. Some people. Shapestone doesn't really help that much here. I like keeping these in hand just because they increase our chance of getting something good. Valor will be really good to deal with TF as well. It's kind of crucial to this matchup, having Valor. Jeez, this hand. These are awful options. Guess we'll go with Cyphria? Be a tough game, I think, with this starting hand. Hopefully we can predict into something useful. Valor, great. That's what we needed. Thank you.
Humanity is obsolete.
And we attack here, no good trades for him.
System upgrade. Can you improve perfection? Fire till nothing moves.
And I'm just going to play this dude again, predict again. Next turn we'll have 4 mana, which means we can Azir and then Blinding Assault to kill a TF. That seems really good. I think that's the most important thing.
Once I snap papers, now faces. Prime and ready.
Interestingly, he doesn't have any banked mana.
Do not see what is, see what will be.
Deal me in.
Oh, yeah.
Soak it in.
That's what I like to see. I played against a Fizz TF player earlier, and he saw this, and at this point he surrendered. Like, I mean, if you're the Fizz TF player, you do not surrender in this position. This is by no means losing. He almost bluffed me. I was ready to hit OK for the ignition. I almost hit end round. And I'm attacking in 2 parts. Like, you always need to think whether you use the scout or not. I'm using the scout here to get extra soldiers out.
Stand down. Safety disengaged. A ticket to the gun show.
And we want to get the extra soldiers to help level Azir. We also want these as blockers, so I think attacking like this is very good.
Inferior design, so ordinary.
Hopefully he doesn't have another TF.
Prime and ready. System upgrade. Fire till nothing moves.
Now I'm going to play this onto one of these, just in case he decides to attack. It kind of just makes him not want to attack with these.
Disengaged.
And we'll play this as well. What is better for next turn? We're going to play playing Cyphria next turn anyway. It doesn't really matter what we get.
Wanna see a trick?
System upgrade.
And a long path to get here.
That's a lot he's committing. Ready? He still lives this attack. Get excited. Double get excited. So we shape stone here. And he surrenders! I think he was still in that game, but sure. I actually didn't think I was going to win that. Even in that position, he just surrenders. Okay. Okay. Last game for this session. Let's finish off with a win and on plat 2. Let's do it. Just Lissandra and Shadow Isles. So we just really want to be smoking him down. Okay. Liking this hand.
Where are you?
We're playing the Dune Keeper here just because we have a 2-drop to play next turn. I don't really like playing him and not getting value out of the Sand Soldier, but in this situation we're never going to be able to do much else. And I'm going to play Lucian here. For 2 mana he can't kill Lucian.
They're out there. I'll spot.
And we'll attack him with just Lucian. He probably blocks with this. Yep. Didn't want to attack with this just because it's a bad trade into that. And then he just blocks Lucian with the Avarice and Sentry anyway, so we don't get any damage through either way.
Secrets hidden by frost.
There's no reason not to play Azir here.
But you will witness.
Plans within plans.
Okay, you might as well attack with Lissandra. I was never going to block that, but sure. Now, the one scary thing is Avalanche. I'm going to see if we can get him out of Avalanche mana by doing this. I like Relentless Pursuit into this matchup.
On you to keep us safe. See what I've learned?
Azir's command. Bringing the heat.
Here I'm attacking with Lucian. We're bluffing a buff so that he doesn't block with Lissandra.
Look out for Reavers.
Shatter.
Really? Okay. This is... I'm gonna stop bluffing buffs now. Like, people are just not playing around them. Like, you never take that block. You never take that block, but whatever. Sure, you can. Gets away with it.
You can see the Devastian border from here.
But maybe I shouldn't attack, just in case... Like, he should never take that block. Like, oh... That's ridiculous. Should stop respecting my opponents. Okay, so he's got that Ice Shard thing, because that's Lissandra's spell. Let's do some more predicting. Cyphria...
I don't
yeah.
want to meet whatever woke you up.
I don't really want to throw the Cyphria off my tops, so I don't really want to play that. I don't think we're getting any more value from Brightsteel, so... Okay, he gets 2 kills with that. It's alright. Okay, and we definitely play Cyphria here.
Long path to get. Don't hold back.
We'll just push in as much damage as we can.
The order is given. I have risen. And we, Shurima.
A dark cloud looms on the horizon.
And we rally here. He has the block with Lissandra to live, so we definitely take it.
Nothing stands alone. You cannot fight the code.
Now he really needs to clear his board, but he doesn't have much mana to do it with, so don't really see how he's going to do it.
What's that noise?
Predict into something. Trying to think of something which makes a difference here. I'm going for the kill on an open attack next turn, so none of these really matter. I feel like Emperor's Dice is probably the best thing if he somehow manages to come back from this position. Blighted Ravine is something we need to really think about while he still has 4 mana up. Because of that, I'm just going to pass. And we can do this.
The cliffs themselves are my barracks.
He could have Ruination, but that doesn't really help him in this position. Neither does that. Gonna play Valor. Yeah, like the reason I don't play around Ruination there is because if he Ruinates, I can just redevelop an attack, open attack and win.
My shield is yours.
And here it's the same. I just keep developing because there's no downside to developing. And here
My steel is
I just attack with everything at once. No point using the scout. You could have something like Vile Feast, which could kill this, and then he could block. Then he could block the Cyphria. Like, there's no point risking it. Ooh, up against another control-y deck. Dog of Wisdom. I feel like he's a top player. I've heard his name a few times. I'm always tempted to keep Shapestone when you've got a landmark in hand, but I feel like it's always a bad idea. Azir. With these predicts, if you hit a champion, instantly. Especially Azir. This deck is so dependent on Azir. And I'm going to go into another predict. Lucian.
I don't want to eat whatever woke you up.
This is why I love to predict so much. 6 mana. Nothing's really a big threat, so we play Azir here. Playing Lucian's bad because then he can Avalanche to kill Lucian and this. You could use Shapestone, but why use Shapestone when you don't have to? This is a deck I'm really interested. I really want to try out this deck actually.
Yet I remain.
And
Remember this day.
I feel like we attack like this. Because it doesn't, like, he can block here, which is a good trade, but then that means we're pushing more damage. And he can also block here, which means we're pushing more damage.
Foolish child.
This is clear as day going for an avalanche, by the way. Like, the only reason you block like that is going for an avalanche.
Sacrifice.
Inspiring Marshals there. Just because we've already got the Azir on board. And then we can play the Marshals here, which is really good.
Show them the might
Like,
of
the
our
Grizzled
army.
Ranger is good for the Scout, but this is just so much stronger.
And quell our enemies.
Shocking that, a 5-drop stronger than a 4-drop. I mean, it's not always the case. Sometimes some are rubbish. But this is a card I really underrated at the start, actually. Like, it's just so good. 4-6 is such a strong stat line as well.
What will you have?
With Azir's blessing.
And not attacking with Azir, obviously, because he could die.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Oh, that's an interesting block. Well, no, I feel like that's the best way to block, actually. And that is the best shaped stone value I think I've ever seen. Could go for another Blighted Ravine here.
Frost gathers.
I mean, you always block here. I think our Inspiring Marshal's going to die, so I'm going to get another one.
Keep us safe.
Alright, let's mess some folks up.
Okay, and we attack in now to level up Azir, so it's not as easy to kill.
The order is Shurima is sand and sky, past and present.
Up there in the mountains!
Another Inspiring Marshal.
Show them the might of our army.
Shows of power excite the people and quell our
5 mana Grasp or something you could have.
There's a trick.
Withering Whale's the other thing. Don't, like, yeah, Grasp or Withering Whale. I don't believe either save him here. Oh no, Whale will just about keep him alive.
Greater things await.
15, so it would block 4 damage from that. 3, 2, 9 damage, plus the 3 extra health. Plus he could block Azir. So just keeps him alive. Oh, he surrenders. Never mind.
Look upon our work. Look
Okay. Yeah, but this is a really strong deck. Powering through the ranks. I find it can be a bit hit or miss, which is why we've got the predict cards in there to give it a bit more consistency. But I am absolutely loving playing this deck at the moment, and I highly recommend you try it out. Really strong, really fun deck. And as always, if you want to see more guides like this, please do hit that subscribe button. And until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day.